Welcome back, you filthy exiles. So today we're going to talk about how I'm generating my currency at this stage in the end game, and funding my builds. So this is a really easy one. A couple of people I know do this. Now it's not an absolute guaranteed return all the time, but you've got to be pretty damn unlucky for it not to work. So anyway, as you go through the game, when you get to T16s, you'll have the different Elder influence maps come up, and they'll drop fragments of enslavement, fragments of purification, fragments of eradication, fragments of constriction. Now, if you've accumulated these over time, then this is going to be a no-brainer for you. But if you were to acquire these, currently going at market rate, you can pick these up between 10 to 17 chaos for each fragment individually. So a set is about 50 to 55 chaos a set. It's not very expensive. One would argue that that's almost an exalt, but the exalt prices are pretty defunct this league, so it's neither here nor there. So what can we get from this? So, well, one thing, we could sell these fragments and collect the 55 chaos, or we can do the next step in and actually run the instance, kill Elder, and see if a Watcher's Eye drops. Now, for the sake of this video, we don't just want to sell any old Watcher's Eye. We want to farm the unidentified Watcher's Eyes. The reason being is because we're going to take advantage of flippers or currency flippers or traders in this instance. So basically, an unidentified Watcher's Eye at a baseline minimum, and this is searched right now at this point in time, sells for 220 chaos. And if we take into account the current trade league rate of about 62 chaos per exalt, that's about 3.5 exalt per Watcher's Eye that drops. Now, the probability of this dropping, pretty damn probable in running Elder. They don't always drop. There is a probability that they won't drop. But if we look at, and we're breaking out Exile, boys, if we look at Exile, our input costs, taking into account expected sale, and we drop sale to undercut market rate of 220 down to 215 chaos, we end out with a profit of 162 chaos, which, if we break that down in exalt terminology, is 2.61 exalt. Now, there's no guarantee that you're going to get a Watcher's Eye in running these, and some people are really fucking unlucky and don't get a Watcher's Eye for a run through for some time. But the probability of not making profit in this circumstance, if we take into account the price of the map pieces and the profitability of what you would expect to sell them for, is there's about a 1 in 4 chance of making profit if you're going and farming Watcher's Eyes, or to hit a profit is a 1 in 4 probability. So a 25% chance that you'll always make a profit. Now, with the exception being you run 5 or 6 and you don't get a single Watcher's Eye, then you'll turn a loss. So, then we're talking about you've just got really bad RNG. But for the sake of, I guess, consistency and the sake of argument here, if you get at least one Watcher's Eye drop in 1 in 4 every maps, you've essentially made a profit of at least 53 chaos. So, is this a really viable way to make currency? Absolutely. And in fact, a lot of people I know do this exact method. It's very achievable. And the other thing that you'll notice if you look in the trade window is most of the uploads are within, the last few hours. Now, some people are crazy enough to sell these for 10 exalt. That's crazy. You're never going to sell it. And you might ask, well, actually, the item 86 levels, yes, you'll probably sell for 10 because there's a high probability with an item level of 86 that you're going to get an incredibly good roll. With the lower level rolls being 85s, you could get a fantastic roll, or you could get a 15 chaos Watcher's Eye. You don't know. But that's what we're taking advantage of here. If you don't identify it, you don't know, the buyer doesn't know, there could either be a 50x Watcher's Eye or it could be a 15 Chaos Watcher's Eye. That's the beauty of gambling in trade in Path of Exile. But for the sake of consistent currency and for us being solo players, this is a relatively consistent way to make currency with a a minimal probability of drawing a loss. So you just have to be very unlucky that you don't get a Watcher's Eye, but Watcher's Eyes outside of divination cards and any other exceptions will generally only drop in the Elder fight. So anyway, that's my currency tip for, I guess, right now. That's what I'm doing right now to generate currency to feed into my builds. And yeah, if you want to give it a shot, if you've banked up a heap of these, because we tend to bank these up, as you can see here, I had a few banked up. Then by all means, give it a shot, see what happens. You know, worst case scenario, you don't get a drop. Best case scenario, you walk away with, you know, a fair few exalt to put into your bank. So anyway, I hope this video helps. I hope this gives you an idea of what you can do to really target farm some big currency with minimal or a relatively low level of risk and with a decent amount of reward. And also running Elder fights is pretty fun too, and other items can drop in the Elder fight. And also you will get Uber Elder fragments, which, what are they worth? 14 chaos each. And you can sell, and if you get the fragment of shape, 55 chaos, and fragment of knowledge is 1x. So you might walk away with a Watcher's Eye, unidentified Watcher's Eye worth 3.5x. You'll get a shape, a fragment of knowledge, and you'll walk away with, you know, 4.5x in one run. And that's only cost you 55 chaos or 53 chaos to run. So, you know, it's not a bad outcome. You might also get some really good shaped gear that you can sell for good, or an presence that you can sell or something like that for a decent price if it's got good rolls. Anyway, I hope this video helps you out, and yeah, if this does, like and sub, check out my Patreon if you feel like it, and until next time, bye.